What's up, YouTube? Back with another one. This one, I'm going to go over my recent thrift store and used bookstore finds. And all in all, me and my wife spent around $17, and this is about half of the books that we got. She got her half, I got my half, and we still spent less than 20 bucks on all of these books. And I found some really cool finds that I wanted to share with you guys. First one being Brian Kilmeade's Thomas Jefferson and the Tripoli Pirates. Now, I really like Brian Kilmeade. I read his book on the George Washington Six. He has a really good way of going about history and telling it in a narrative way. It feels like you're reading a fiction story, but in fact, you are getting educated on lesser known history that you did not learn in school, that I didn't learn in school. Maybe you did. I didn't. Uh, Always kind of thin books, easy to get through, good read, no brainer, adding it to my collection. Next one we got Rogue Heroes by Ben McIntyre. I read a couple Ben McIntyre, Operation Mincemeat, Operation Zigzag. I need to read The Siege by him, but anytime I see Ben McIntyre in a used bookstore, I'm grabbing it for my collection. Um, the Indianapolis, any kind of World War II naval history lore, I gotta read it. I gotta add it to my collection. I'm going to get to it when I get to it, but I will get to it. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Now, the thing about The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and all the fiction books that I get, usually I read and then I donate back, or I find a way to get rid of them just because, you know, what am I going to do with them? Reread them? Probably not. And if so, I'll probably check it out from the library. But I did watch the movie and I really liked the movie. However, I don't remember much of it. So hopefully I won't remember, it won't come back to me as I start to read it, because I hate watching a movie then reading a book, or vice versa, because both of them don't do them justice. I hope this is as good as the movie, if not better, which I have seen reviews and it's all been positive. So, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, we'll see what happens. Oh, Louis L'Amour. Whenever I see a Louis L'Amour book, I pick it up. Usually I read his westerns, but the past couple times that we have been thrifting, we came across a couple of his pirate books and, sea-bearing thematic books. So he's a great writer. People talk shit on Louis L'Amour simply because I think he's written so many books, but they just sound like haters to me, dude, honestly, because he's a great writer. I like his stories. Maybe I'm simple-minded and they're superior with their reading skills, but I find him entertaining. Let's see. The brothers I butchered it already. You already know what it is. Fyodor Dostoevsky, the brothers Karamazov. Again, terrible with pronunciations. However, I read Notes from the Underground, which was an insanely amazing book. A lot shorter than the two reads that I've picked up recently from him, but I look forward to getting into this someday and trying to understand and comprehend all the different philosophical innuendos and great storylines that he is known for. And we're coming towards the end. Secret Wars by Gordon Thomas. What a gem I found. So, the thing about Gordon Thomas is, if you see a book by Gordon Thomas, snatch it up. I read Robert Maxwell, Israel's Super Spy from Gordon Thomas, and it was an amazing book that I had no idea who Robert Maxwell was prior to reading the book. I knew that he was Ghislaine Maxwell's dad. I didn't know he was a Mossad agent. I didn't know he owned McGraw-Hill, which controlled all of our textbooks growing up in elementary, middle, and high school. And I had no idea that he was part of the Promise scandal, where he was selling pretty much an OSINT type surveillance database to foreign countries, but with an Israeli backdoor. And then he got killed by Mossad, as Goran Thomas wrote in his book, under extremely weird, mysterious circumstances. It was worth a read. I also started to read Gideon Spies. I don't know what happened to that, but I need to pick it back up. Sometimes I start a book, and then what happens is I end up shifting my focus to something that interests me more at the time. So, but then I come back around if I remember that was a good book. So I'm definitely going to read Gideon Spies, and I'm definitely going to read Secret Wars by Gordon Thomas. 100 Years of British Intelligence Inside the MI5 and MI6. Now, he does no holds barred when it comes to Mossad. I have a sneaking suspicion he's going to have the same approach to British intelligence. Let's see. Stock Market Investing by Nancy B. King. I already know a lot about investing. However, it's always good to learn more and more. This looks like a very outdated book, but sometimes you find hidden gems. However, sometimes I pick up old school financial books, and they're really heavy on outdated items, and you can tell that they were written pre 2009 2008 collapse. So hopefully this has some good gems, and I will let you know. And then the Oxford Guide to World War II. Look at this amazing, triumphant, humongous monster bastard of a textbook. My goodness. Now, would you say that would you believe me if I said that I got this for under $1? Probably not, and that's okay. You can have your beliefs, but I know fact, and I did. And the fact that I got this gigantic Oxford, pretty much encyclopedia on World War II, I'm going to be captivated for years to come. I'm a cheap date, so outstanding. That's it for now. Happy reading. Hope you have an amazing week. Thank you for watching. Oh, and the token, please like and subscribe. But honestly, it would mean a lot, and doesn't take much effort. And if not, that's cool too. I still hope you have an amazing week. Have a good one.